Hello and welcome to episode number 36 of the Knitting Teaspoon podcast. I'm Liesbeth, your host, and this is a podcast which is all about knitting, sewing, crochet, whatever crafts I fancy. Welcome to this podcast episode. I can't believe it's November already. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. Well, let's get started with what I'm wearing. Well, today I am wearing two handmade items that you can see, and I am also wearing a skirt and socks, but I'm not going to do acrobatics to show them. So I'm wearing an Agnes top, which is a shirt that I've sewn from a pattern by Tilly and the Buttons, which apparently is my favorite pattern designer, or maybe the only one. Who knows? Anyway, and on top of that, I'm wearing this no-sleeve raglan top made out of my first handspun. Well, it's not really the first handspun, but the first handspun that I've actually finished to a certain extent that I could actually knit with it. So yeah, I guess this counts as my first handspun. I think it's by Porpoise Fur or Fiber. Not really sure, but it will be in the down bar as usual, because I typically, put text on the screen and put the details in the description box of the video. So, what have I been up to this week? Well, first of all, I was knitting on a pair of socks. I think I started them last Sunday in the morning. Here they are. They are finished. Except for weaving in the ends, because I really don't particularly like weaving in ends, and I typically postpone this as long as possible. Yeah, that's me. These socks were really fast knit because I held the yarn double, so it's Sockyarn, but it's two strands of Sockyarn held together. So it was a grey yarn like this and the blue yarn like this. This is all that I had left over of a skein. I don't know why I thought I needed to buy 3 50-gram skeins to knit this pair of socks, because this is like the first of each color, so I have some leftovers, but that might be good for my blanket, who knows. These socks are just my regular toe-up socks, but because I held the yarn together, I knit them like 4 sizes larger needles than usual, and only 40 stitches in a round, because it's much bigger and therefore much faster to knit than holding one strand. I decided to put in some little bit of a pattern, but I don't think it's very visible, but you can see that it's ribbed, but some of the ribs, they have the fake braids on them, which is a detail that I quite liked. These socks are supposed to be some kind of warm slippers for my brother's girlfriend, and she asked for a warm pair of socks, so that's why I decided to hold the yarn double and make it a quick gift. These will be a gift that I will give to her at Sinterklaas, which is a Dutch party which is coming up pretty soon. So in the Netherlands, gift giving is something that typically happens around Sinterklaas, although traditions are shifting quite a bit, because there is some fuss about whether or not Sinterklaas, or especially the Black Pete part of it, is racism, and therefore a lot of people nowadays are choosing to celebrate Christmas instead of Sinterklaas. And we know Christmas and we celebrate Christmas, but for us there's no gift giving with Christmas. So instead of Santa Claus, we have Sinterklaas, the names are remarkably similar, so I think they might be like derived from the same guy. I don't know, or maybe the same person actually. But he comes to the Netherlands like 20 days earlier on December the 5th. And yeah, he gives our children presents and all. And yeah, so, and grown-ups are asked to give each other gifts, you know? Like, I guess that's similar with Christmas. Like, Santa has way too busy a time taking care of all the children, so the grown-ups have to do it themselves. Well, yeah, that's what we have with Sinterklaas, and then with Christmas we have like the religious holiday and getting together with family and, you know, having dinner together. We put up trees as well, that kind of stuff. So yeah, so this will be my first Sinterklaas gift. So the yarn that I've used for these socks is long Jawoll Superwash. So it's a Superwash sock yarn, which I thought was handy for my brother's girlfriend. And it comes in 50 grams balls, and yeah, it's a 75-25 wool nylon. Non-specified what type of wool it is. And there's 2 different colorways, and I can't be bothered to, you know, show you the tag and show you the number, because I don't know which one is the blue and which one is the gray that I've used, but yeah. I will put them like in the down bar, and then you will be able to see, and it will also be in the description box if you're interested. But this yarn, you guys, it has so many amazing unicolor colors. I really like it, and I like knitting with it. And one thing that's also worth mentioning about these socks actually is that the yarn comes with these like reinforcement yarns, and they are exactly the same color except for the hair. That's my hair. It's exactly the same color as my hair. And so it comes with a reinforcement yarn, and yeah, I use that for the toes and the heels to reinforce them and hopefully make them, these socks, last a little longer than they otherwise would. I think this was really plenty. It's 3 skeins of each color, and I thought maybe I will need to use at least a reinforcement yarn of the next color, but this is plenty. I still have plenty left over, so yeah. Maybe that is because my stitches are so big, so the heel really didn't use that many meters, but I don't know. So yeah, so this part actually has 4 strands held together, like one of each color of the reinforcement yarns, and then one of each of the colors that I've used throughout the sock, so they are quite thick. Anyway, so yeah, finished socks. And then there is, well, there have been 2 more projects that I've been working on, one of which is my blanket, because I was working on it last week again, and I finished the square that I was working on last week. So I think I was in the black part, not really sure about that, but or maybe just started the red part, I don't know. But I finished another blanket square, and I think I have 5 squares of the border finished now, and I need to complete 5 more, and then I only have to knit the center squares. I don't have the entire blanket like in my direct vicinity now, so I will not show them or the entire blanket, but I have been knitting on a Sockyarn blanket, and those of you who are returning viewers, thank you so much for that. By the way, thank you so much for checking back in with this podcast. Yeah, you will know what the blanket I'm talking about. So yeah, finished another square, and I haven't even started a next square, because I finished this late last evening, because I just wanted to have it finished before I started podcasting. So then there's the last knitting project that I've been working on this week, and it is another pair of socks, but well, it doesn't really look like a sock yet. So here it is. It is a toe, but it is a huge toe. I mentioned a few weeks ago that I was gonna knit a pair of socks for the brother-in-law of a friend, and well, he has huge feet, so European size 49, and that is, I think, UK and US size 13, 14-ish. I don't know which one is which, but you guys might know which one is bigger or not, but they are definitely huge socks. So yeah, I'm knitting this out of, well, I lost a ball band of the other yarn, but this one is exactly the same because I purchased two at the same time. I have my needle for casting on already put into this skein. So this is Opal Sinfonie der Träume. Sinfonie der Träume. Wildes Wasser. So yeah, it's a sock yarn by Opal, and it is blue with this kind of rainbow stripes through it. And yeah, I kind of like how it's knitting up so far. I mean, I really like the color changes, but yesterday I started this early in the morning on the train yesterday, and I wanted to continue on the way back, but when I pulled the yarn from the center, I pulled out this huge knot. Not like the yarn was broken, but just that it was all tangled. So I spent most of my train ride home yesterday untangling a yarn, and yeah, here it is. But it is untangled now, or kind of, because, you know, there's still this bit of, apparently this is called yarn barf. I didn't know, but someone mentioned this a few episodes ago, actually a long time ago, I think. But yeah, so this bit is not as bad. This is okay, but the previous part, it was like one big knot. So, but I managed to untangle it without cutting the yarn, so I was quite happy about that. So there's a few more things that I want to share with you, and the first thing is this yarn that got to me from NJ and Mills. So I got two skeins of it. So it's the Manguindano. I don't know. Manguindano. I don't know how to pronounce that. And the sea glass colorway. So I recently got tagged on Instagram. Maybe it was by one of you guys, I don't know. But yeah, I got tagged for a giveaway by NJ and Mills, because they were celebrating their first sale on Etsy. And I saw the yarn that they were giving away, and I thought, I quite liked it. Let's check out their shop. So I went over there to their shop, and I browsed, and I found these two colors. And people who have been watching this podcast for a longer time, they will know that I like blues and teals. So yeah, it's kind of unsurprising that I fell for these colorways. But yeah, I saw this yarn and I wanted to have it, and I thought, let's support this new Etsy store owner and indie dyer by making a purchase. And then I found out they only ship to the UK. Well, I was kind of disappointed by that, but I decided to contact the shop owner and ask them if they would be so kind to ship to the Netherlands anyway, and that I was, you know, patient and could wait for my yarn to arrive. They did not need to hurry, and that I was okay with paying all the extra fees for shipping and all that. and she reached out to me very quickly. Actually, I kind of felt bad about how slowly I responded to that, because like after I sent out the first message, I think I went to bed and then only responded the day after I got back home from work, and she had like replied within like half an hour. So I kind of felt bad about how slow I was responding to things. But yeah, so she shipped them out to me, and they got to me incredibly fast. They were here like within 2 days after she sent an email that she had posted them. So yeah, and look at those colors, they are just amazing. So yeah, I just wanted to, you know, shout out their name for those of you, especially those of you in the UK, because it will be easier for you guys to get a hold of NJ and Mills than for people around the rest of the world. But yeah, check out their website and see if there's any yarn that, you know, strikes your fancy. Then there is one more bit of an acquisition, but this, and I don't want to make this like an acquisition podcast, because it's not about just collecting a stash, which I'm currently actually quite good at. So, but this bit of stash is really quite special. And if you see the yarn, you might not think so, because this is a Katja commercial sock yarn, although it has a 20% camel in it, so it's 55% wool, 25% nylon, and 20% camel, and it is a grayish blue colorway. So for that part, it doesn't look special at all, I think. But the special bit about this yarn is that it was purchased by my boyfriend while he was on holiday in Greece last week. So he, on the last day there, he managed to drag around his friends into a local yarn shop, and went to this salesperson and asked about sock yarn, and he said like, I want it to be like 400 meters per 100 grams, and it has to contain 25% nylon. And apparently the shopkeeper initially thought that well, whoa, this guy really knows what he wants. And after 2 more questions, she quickly figured out that my boyfriend actually doesn't really know that much about knitting. But yeah, it was so sweet that he just dragged his 3 friends along and dragged them into a yarn shop to collect some yarn from me. So yeah, I'm really happy with this, and it is very soft. So yeah, I think I will knit some socks for him out of this yarn, or maybe some more gamer gloves, who knows. Then there is one more project that I've been working on, and I told you guys last week that I picked up the knitting machine from my parents, or actually it has been from my grandma, and now it's my mom's, kind of, and she definitely doesn't want to give it away. But yeah, I have been trying to make a blank with it, or actually a sock blank with it, and so I did. And I also dyed it together with my boyfriend. So I cranked out this piece of fabric yesterday. It's just 60 stitches on a relatively loose gauge, and then yeah, we decided to try some dyeing. So we kind of just painted crazy figures on it, and then we had the yarn lying double because we didn't have enough length on the table to fit this entire piece. So we folded it double and painted one side, and then and not everything seeped through to the next side, so we kind of made up the next set of pictures on the other side. So you can see that I've made this blank with a 50-gram ball. So here is like ends, which my boyfriend has also been trying to dye. Like some of the sock yarns that I've been working with in the past, they have this kind of self-patterning effect. I think a lot of Regia yarns have it, but there's plenty of Sockyarns which have this kind of automatic color work that's not really like, it never comes out twice the same in my opinion, but it kind of has this bit of white, bit of color, bit of white, bit of color effect, or maybe bit of two colors, who knows. So he has been painting the ends as well. So we have some hearts here and some fish and some flowers, I think. So here's a flower upside. It's an upside down flower. Let me show it from this side. So a flower made by my boyfriend, and I had also made a flower on this side. So here's also a flower. So we just had a bit of fun with the dye. First of all, because we didn't know how to dye it, or whether the dye would spread a lot, or stay in one place, or what would happen. So yeah, it's nothing too serious. I mean, these are like children's paintings, but yeah, I'm quite happy with the results. So yeah, I might make some more sock lines in the future. That is, if I like knitting with it, because yeah, I don't think this in itself is so pretty at this point. So who knows? It's not completely dry yet, by the way. So yeah. But it was a lot of fun to do. So, and then the last bit of this episode is the giveaways that I've announced recently. So first of all, there's the 50 subscriber giveaway, for which I announced on episode 33 that I would be doing it, because there were 50 subscribers, and thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed and who's helped this channel grow. I mean, that really means a lot. So yeah, thank you for that. But I wanted to give everyone a chance to enter in the 50 subscriber giveaway, so I gave you guys some time to respond and leave a comment on episode number 33. And 7 people actually did leave their comment, and they are in for winning a prize. So that is this project bag with this skein of Opal sock yarn, and whichever one of these you like the best. So this is wool met verve, so it's a Dutch yarn, or yarn by hand-dyed in the Netherlands. So yeah, it's whichever one of these, so just one of these. The other one I will keep and knit with myself. But whichever one you like best. So if you win, just let me know which one you like best. So yeah, that's the prize that you're up for. And the people who have entered, I've written down on a list here, but you can just go back to episode 33 and check out their comments. So I have a list, so they are all numbered, and yeah, I will ask my random number generator on my tablet, which I'm starting up right now. So here I have a random number generator, and I hope you guys can see this. But in this corner here, there is the random number generator, like from 1 to 7, and I will this will make it a bit easier. It's a bit bigger now. So random number generator from 1 to 7, and I will push the button. And the winner is number 3, and that is Awesome Blossom Knits. Yeah, so congratulations, Lauren. Awesome Blossom Knits also has a podcast, and she left a lovely comment on my podcast, and she comments quite a bit more of. But the thing that is truly amazing is that she is also the winner of the More Than One Craft Along, which I was gonna announce right after this. So, yeah, you are the double winner of today. So, yay! Congratulations! So you can take your pick of one of these yarns. Just get in touch with me. And well, you will be entitled to another project bag and some hand-dyed yarn. But you know, I have hand-dyed some yarn behind me here, but I would like to know what kind of color you would be interested in, and I will try to make something that is, you know, to your liking. I mean, we might not like the same colorway, so, or if you would like a soft blank, I could try and make you one. So, yeah, just get in touch with me. Lauren is also the winner of the More Than One Crafts Long because she was the only valid entry in the More Than One Crafts Long, which was only a chatter thread in my Ravelry group, and I hosted this for the past 2 or 3 months. Was a project in which you had to make a project which you did not need to finish, which required more than one craft. So Lauren made a pair of socks, or is currently making a sock. I don't know if they are both finished now. At least one sock is finished, I believe, and the other one I'm not sure if it's finished by now or not. But it's with yarn that she had hand-dyed herself. I believe she has an Etsy shop, but that still totally counts. So she did that herself, so that's fine. And she is knitting with it now, so that's 2 different crafts, and yeah, they are really pretty. So take a look in the Ravelry group and see the picture of her project, I'd say. But yeah, so Lauren, congratulations! You won both prizes. So yeah, so excited for you. So I think that's all I had to share with you this week. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed and commented and helped this channel grow. I hope to see it grow some more in the future, but if not, then I'm very happy with just having you guys here, you know? So yeah, I hope to see you again next week. So bye!